What is up, guys? My name is Sandworld, and today we are going to be doing the next episode for the Techno track start to finish. So as of now, we essentially have the rough draft up done to about the second drop here. Now, I am using a reference track for the arrangement, as I always feel like with techno, you need to have that just to have a second opinion as well as a guide on how to progress the track. I feel like one of the hardest things in techno is the progression of the track, how to keep it interesting and whatnot. And a good reference track will give you ideas on how you could do that. So for the reference track here, you can see we have an intro. Bass of the kick will come in here along with the bass of the track. We have a mini fill here. Drop again, break, and then we drop again with the original drop here. And I know some of you guys don't call them drops, but that's the best way for me to explain those. And then we work our way towards just pretty much the outro of the track. Now, in somewhere around here, we do have a mini fill or mini break that's similar to this break, but it's kind of like maybe like 15 seconds long. And then we finally use that break to kind of start the outro of our track, where eventually it ends at around the 6-minute mark. So I'm going to be doing something similar to this, as we already have all the ideas here. And then we're going to continue the episodes forward by coming back, reworking stuff, mixing, and all that good stuff that we need to definitely get into as well. Okay, guys, so let's get started with this. So let's just play it out from here and hear the drop. Now, there are a couple of things I want to fix right away in this drop, as I feel like it gets distorted on my end. And I don't like the way it sounds like, so we are going to have to look at that. Okay, so one of the things I noticed was, first off, this. There's an increase in volume, which is fine because we are automating the volume of the master so that we get a little bit more of a stronger drop, a little bit higher perceived loudness on that drop rather than having the break be louder than the drop. We just have a few dB, as you can see there. The problem is that this effect has some low end or some mid lows that I feel are fighting with the bass, this one, and this one. So I'm going to have to EQ out maybe this part here, maybe a little bit down, or do a low pass to it. Okay. The next thing is that this one right here, I feel it's a bit too loud and is causing, again, a bit too much. So let's reduce a bit in volume. Maybe this one a bit more. Okay. Another thing also, I'm not a fan of the drums, but we're going to leave them there just to, again, finish this arrangement out. You don't want to get stuck in loop land. What I mean by that is you just keep hearing the same drop over and over and over and over again, and just kind of like you're choking. You know, when people rap, they're like, yo, ba-da, and then they just don't know what else to say, so they kind of choke, or they're just standing there like freezing, like perfect example in Eminem's 8 Mile movie, if you've seen it. So we don't want to get stuck in that. That is like producer hell, in my opinion, because then you just start questioning everything. You start feeling like crap, and you just have to keep the momentum going forward. I guess this is like the mental side of production. So one of the biggest tips I heard that really helped me out a lot when it comes to music is to always arrange it out. You know, always prepare for what you have to do. So if I know that this track needs to last, like I said, again, 6 minutes, then I want to get to there as fast as possible so that I have pretty much a rough layout of it done, and you pretty much can state the song is done at that point. You just need to refine it. So it's a lot easier to do the arrangement and then go back and fix than to be stuck in this loop and then going like, man, I still have this much music to mess with. So it's more of a mental thing, psychological thing. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just follow that example and follow the arrangement of our reference track to help. Okay, so I've written some notes on what happens here. So here we're going to have like a mini fill, which we're going to do as well. Okay, so I've written some notes here. Here we're going to have a mini fill, and then we're going to go to the drop here where everything just keeps going. So let's just get that moving forward there. And this is essentially what we have. We're eventually going to reach here a mini breakdown, which is going to be the same as our break, except we're just going to grab maybe this part of the break here and we're gonna use it here to do that, and then we have another drop which is very similar to this again, where finally we do another bass shot that which we have with this guy, and then we're gonna go into the outro. So let's see. Okay, here the pad does something weird. Let's see. Here, this guy's cool. I like that, but let's... Okay, then we're going to continue that. But here we need to have something cool, like a little fill. So maybe we can work with this guy here to do something. If you guys remember in the break for this track, we did something like this. Maybe we can bring that theme back to kind of just have it for that section there. So that would be a good idea to have here, like... And then keep it going, you know? So we need to have those kind of elements there. So we're going to borrow those there. And I still keep these drums going. There we go. And let's... There we go. Maybe we can even have this play with this here. And then have this come in here. That could be a... We're going to have this shot maybe, but not so brass, but more of this one. Yeah, so... Okay, let's keep moving that forward there. Okay. Again, you know, we're going to add stuff in between here to keep things interesting, but right now we just want to get this arrangement going. Okay, so we do have this down. Alright, so let's get rid of that white noise here maybe a bit. Maybe a bit of reverb on that white noise to make it a little smoother as well. Let's see, is a kick. Okay. Here we see the kick kind of fading out. We don't want that. That's what sounded weird. We're gonna put that here. So as we have that, we can also maybe bring in the ARP from here because it makes sense to have it. So maybe we can try here doing. In fact, it would be the ARP from here, not from there. So Let's see. Yeah, so it's that way when we go into that break, we can have the instant. Again. And then here we're gonna have our mini break. So mini breakdown where we're gonna have a lot of elements. So let's just bring in the snare drum we already had, all that good stuff to just, we know it needs to be there, so we can just do that instantly fast. Where the mini break starts there. Oh, let's get it right there. Put it here. And then we know we're going back into that drop again. Similar to the first drop here. So we might as well do that here. Grab this guy and just bring that in like that. It's a lot of arrangement stuff. And then we're going to kind of work through that. So mini breakdown and then start of the outro starts here. Whoops. So we're going to do. Okay. So we're going to have that. We need to transition a little bit better on that, but that's what I kind of want to do. It's similar to this transition over here, if you think about it, where... So we might as well do the same thing we did here in a way, and just go with the vibe there. Okay, so mini break will happen here. And then just repeats it. And let's just get that right there. So let's see. Okay, so as you can see, we're just moving that forward, reaching that 6-minute mark. It's feeling a lot better because you're feeling like, okay, the song is almost getting there. And you just got to keep pushing forward, guys. As you guys know how I felt in the previous episode that I was a bit iffy on it. But the more I'm working on it now, the more the love for it is coming back. And that is the thing that you guys always have to strive for. Know that you're always going to feel doubtful of what you're making, your creative decisions and whatnot. But the key thing is to just push forward with it and try and get it done to the best of your ability. Okay, so let's keep working on this little fill here. I feel like we can definitely do it fast. You know, we already have the formula from back here, so we might as well just repeat that. Let's add the effects here, which we have right there. The thing is, as you can see, the arrangement's a little fucked just because of the way we decided to drop the track. So we have to make sure to remember that. That's why adding like little reference points like this is really useful, because then you know it starts here. Okay, that one's here, and then we're gonna have this again. Have this transition as well. definitely do something with the ARP here. Let's get rid of the cutoff there. Quiet down the ARP maybe a little bit slowly. Maybe even drop with the ARP. That could be another possibility. I mean, it is part of the song, so we could try that. And then we still keep it going here, so we're just gonna do that. I'm messing up here. Still have the going and stuff, so we're still gonna have that there. ARP can still keep going, but we're gonna have to get rid of something. So we can either get rid of the ARP or get rid of the dun-dun-dun-dun, but I think the ARP definitely has a nice vibe to it, so I don't want to get rid of it too soon. Bring the bass shot in again that we're gonna use. Here we can start maybe fading out the ARP now when that bass shot comes in, so we can slowly use the bass shot to mask the ARP kind of just fading out. Okay, drums still keep going, by the way, so that's the issue we had there. So let's just bring those back in. There we go. Man, those drums add a lot. Okay, here we're gonna get rid of the bass. We don't need this bass anymore. There we go. So we get rid of the pad too. However, we had the kick in the beginning. That's how we. I think that's how we want to have all this, and then the bass as well. So we'll bring this back in so that it doesn't mess anything up over here. There we go. Okay, let's see. We do have this kind of bass, like get quieter. I think that's the main thing for that one there. so that's fine. The offbeat hat, yeah. I kind of appreciate this little shot we did here because you can't really hear it in the track, but when you hear it, you hear that. So I like that. Okay, let's add the effects we are missing in these transitions, and then we should be good almost. So. Let's add these effects too that we are missing here. There. Maybe the downlifter's not needed here. Bringing back this here. Yeah, here the ARP's too much already, so maybe. Okay. Yeah, we need to have this Endless Smile do its work there too. I'm still unsure if I want to keep this going. I think it sounds good. So the issue is if we keep it going, we have to start removing stuff slowly. So maybe we can keep it going, but just have it slowly queue out. That's one thing we could possibly do. Maybe by the time we go here. Slowly coming out, slowly coming out. Now we need to use this transition a lot more too. We kind of like forgot about it, as you can see. Boom, 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 and then none here. Now we have it here. So these are things we're gonna fix as we move along with the track. But as of now, we have reached the outro, guys, and that's what I wanted to do in today's episode. Essentially here, it's a lot less intimidating to look at this because one, we have it arranged out, so I can then from here on hear the track all the way through once and write down notes. I could be like, just have like something like a white piece of paper, hear it all the way through, and start going like iffy on this. Want to add this. If something in your head pops new as it's progressing, write down those notes so that you can add them as you go along. Remember, it's normal to feel like shit about the track that you are making. It's normal to feel like it's not good enough because you've heard it so many times. But one of the last things I'll end this video with that I heard from an interview or a studio session with Axel, where he was, I think it was a video on YouTube, he stated, and it stuck with me, but he stated that usually when you first work on a track, you start to get those goosebumps. And the more you work on the track, the more you lose the goosebumps, the feel for it. And it's important to remember how you felt when you were first creating the track, because when someone listens to your track for the first time, most likely they will feel the same way that you did in those moments if you producing the track out. So if any moment in the track you just start getting goosebumps or you start feeling that vibe, you're like, wow, this is so fucking epic. Remember that. Just remember how you felt in those moments. That's why it's good to keep notes on how you feel so that you can look back on them. And again, you know, for yourself, reassure yourself that what you're working on is good. Now, from there on, working on mix, working on arrangement is what we're going to do. Working on ideas, maybe adding a few variations here and there is what's needed. But we're going to keep working on this track. I feel like maybe in 3 episodes from here, it should be fully done. That is going to be my goal with it. But hopefully you guys enjoy the journey. Hopefully this helps you kind of see how you would go about in making a track. Now, I know, you know, my track might not be the greatest track out there in techno, but the point of this series is not to kind of create something that it's aimed towards being like the best of the best, but more towards helping people just get an idea on how to finish their tracks, giving them a second hand on the workflow, on little tips here that they could use in their own productions. And hopefully my goal with that has been achieved as I work on these episodes, guys. But keep that in mind what I said, guys. I'll see you guys next time. For this episode, we're going to keep working on this hard until we get it done, and hope you guys had fun in this arrangement. And as always, have fun producing, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care and peace out, guys.